Good morning and welcome to the IG market update for Wednesday the 5th of May. The after effects of yesterday's carnage are still being felt this morning after Asian markets joined the sell-off overnight. After closing above 5,400 yesterday, the FTSE 100 has recovered from an early low in trading this morning of 53.57. We are slightly positive a short while ago at 54.20. Now a big ex-dividend day in the FTSE 100, around 18 points coming off the index, with some of the major players like Shell and BP paying out. Despite this dividend, BP have performed pretty well this morning. They're up 5p at 5.65. More domestic stock news. Retailer Next expects good profits to be at the top end of forecasts after strong Q1 sales, but they remain cautious on the outlook for consumer spending, and as a result they've been sold off 2.5% at 21.95. Pub retailer JD Wetherspoons are pretty cautious after a Q1 dip in like-for-like sales, and they have been sold off heavily at 8.5% down at 4.98 this morning. Prudential have postponed their rights issue to pay for the AIG Asian arm. This is due to ongoing discussions with regulators, and it's taking longer than expected. They were down a short while ago about 1.8%, 5.48. Now, looking at the market in general, we've had defensives and supermarkets both weaker this morning, but Morrisons and GlaxoSmithKline are two of the big players paying out a dividend, so that is affecting those sectors. And the miners have rebounded after a big sell-off yesterday, with Fresnillo, Rio and BHP Billiton leading the FTSE 100 this morning. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the markets are still very worried about the Eurozone's ability to deal with Greece's debt, and the Spanish Prime Minister coming out and saying that his country won't need to go to the IMF or the EU for funding. Now, if you add this to the UK election tomorrow, we are in for a choppy few days ahead of us. Sterling watch, with that election in mind, sterling holding up around 151.60, with euro weakness one of the major talking points in the FX world. Euro hitting 12-month lows and under that key $1.30 level against the dollar. The dollar renewing its position as a safe haven, as well as gold benefiting from all-time highs against the euro and sterling. Now, with 1 day to go to polling here in the UK, the election still looks too close to call. Sterling will continue to be in focus, and UK markets, FTSE futures and bond markets open from 1 AM on election night for early Friday morning. Just to give you an idea, the IG election market, Tories in the middle, they're around 318 seats at the moment, with Labour on 218 and the Lib Dems on 80, so the numbers there still pointing towards a hung parliament. Now, the US markets continued to flag after the European close yesterday. The Dow coming off 250 points. The S&P also off 29. We're calling them slightly better than their closing yesterday. At the moment, up around 20 on the Dow, 109.45, and up around 3 on the S&P at 11.77. Data to look out for today at 1:15, the ADP employment report, measuring changes in the numbers in the US workforce. An expected increase of 30,000, with the previous figure being a decline of 23,000. This number a bit of a warm-up for Friday's big non-farm payrolls.